Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to today's SHIB update. And yesterday was an amazing, trade out there when I told you that it is looking for a relief, and we did made a potential, symmetrical triangle which played out to its beautiful perfection right there. This was your like symmetrical triangle right there where we broke out, and from here we went back to where we formed the triangle and we continued with a nice, good surprise out there for a few extra run right here now. But at the moment, I'm just going to zoom back into the 4-hour time frame, and there's something I want to talk about on the higher time frame as well, and that is, you see, a quick recap was we went from 8,000 and we've made this huge symmetrical triangle right there. Do you see that? And when you make a symmetrical triangle like this, it makes sense for the prices to go back down to where you form that symmetrical triangle. Do you see that? So there is a technical target of SHIB to still go down to 3,500, and I do see some resistances along the way, and I'm gonna talk with this about this one, okay? And let me see what's going on. Yeah, the prices were when a nice parabolic movement was the upside, came down, up, came down, back, and continued like this until we didn't broke down of it. And now look, we're finding some level of resistances along the way. Now what is happening is, on the daily there was this level of support right here which we never lost. Okay, it went down, came up, retest successful, went down, retest successful, went down here, we broke out, retest failed, and then we dumped. Okay, that's what happened back in the days. Yesterday I told you about the symmetrical triangle, and from here we just kept, and it continued for an extra mile just there, maybe to liquidate people who are shorting SHIB as well. And people might be former buying right here, but I don't think it's a good idea to buy at the moment. The reason why is, I'm gonna tell you, there's a small level of support right here. Let me show you this one. Okay, this is a small level of support, and we are basically forming another very, very tiny triangle right there on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in into this one. Now this is the apex is until tomorrow. Okay, until tomorrow there's a decision coming in once again. So basically you can see that we were up, down, up, down, up, down, boom, lost the level of support, came back up, and on a larger symmetrical triangle right there, you can already see the prices come to the resistance, considering that this was your trend line. Few touches there, a touch right there, and another touch right here. Do you see that the prices got rejected? And if I zoom in once again, you can see that it tried to go above it, came back for the retest, but now it's below the triangle, and it's like it's being squeezed at the moment. There's a small squeeze happening. Okay, and this is a very tiny descending triangle right there, and mostly you've seen what happens in a descending triangle. They always go down. Okay, they always go down. So finger crossed if Bitcoin starts to look bullish. There's a small bullish engulfing, by the way, that I'm going to tell you, and there's a possibility that this one continues towards the upside. I'm going to show you why. You have to pay attention on the 4-hour time frame because of these two candlesticks. Okay, this is a bullish engulfing candlestick, and normally it's a bullish pattern. Okay, but this has to be decided as long as you're inside the triangle. It doesn't mean that you cannot break towards the downside, but this is a very, very small hope. There's a small indicator right there from the bullish engulfing candlestick that we can actually pump and move towards the upside. So you can actually see SHIB moving boring for the next 2 days in this range. Break towards the upside or break towards the downside. Very, very simple. But for me, I just noticed this pattern on the 4-hour time frame, that there's a huge symmetrical triangle that was broken. Okay, let's say that you didn't have this trend line right there. We didn't have this trend line as well. We didn't have that one as well, and we consider this as your descending triangle right here. Do you see that? Symmetrical triangle, and we've broke down of the symmetrical triangle. Do you see that we've broken down out of the symmetrical triangle? It went down, came up for the retest, and it got rejected, and it seems it's on a journey to go back to where you formed that symmetrical triangle right there. Do you understand me? Which is always the 3,500 level, and I do think this one we can go to this target maybe by 25th of November or something. So I'm not gonna trade still. I'm still not gonna trade. And if you want to sell here, that's up to you. If you want to sell here, that's up to you. But I will really recommend you to come and buy down there if it ever goes down there. Otherwise, if SHIB starts to break out of this trend line, it's pretty simple. It's gonna get bullish. If you break out of there, came back for the retest, have a nice successful retest, then you're never going to go down there. Simple. But at the moment, look, the price is always getting squeezed. It came here, got rejected. It came here, seems like it's getting rejected. And if we continue to dump towards the downside, that's a nice good indicator that you might go all the way down there. Do you see that? Up to this level, and that is where you are forming the technical target of this symmetrical triangle that we're in. We used to be in a descending triangle right there, which we broke out of, came down, met the target, and then continue to make this larger symmetrical triangle. And this by default, I do believe that it has to go all the way down to 3500 now, because that's the technical target, unless you don't start breaking out of this area and then retest, and then you can continue back to where you formed that symmetrical triangle. So let's see what it does. Buying it is not required if people are looking to buy SHIB at the moment. I don't think it's a good idea unless you don't start breaking out. It has a more chance and possibility to still move towards the downside because of this symmetrical triangle. And I do hope you did enjoy this small update today, and I'm going to see you tomorrow with a new update. Allah Hafiz.